It's the first word.
We start with your Super Bowl champion, Green Bay Packers. Who had this one right? Tim Kalisha almost had the exact score on our show Friday. Paige wasn't overtime, but you had the Packs, so a few points for you. Adonde and Smith, mute by no-show. Be a man, be on Friday's show. All right, we got a whole lot to get through, so let's be quick. Rodgers nearly flawless. Receivers sometimes receiving. Defense injured, but holding when it mattered most in the 2-minute drill. Gatorade was orange. That's kind of an upset. Mike Smith, what stood out to you? Super Bowl 45.
You know, going into this game, I knew that it was a favorable matchup for the Packers, their passing game versus the Steelers' suspect pass coverage. I didn't know it would turn out to be an absolute mismatch, and I think part of the reason, and it surprised me, was how physical the Steelers' defense wasn't. And when you talk about a defense that features Troy Polamalu and James Harrison and hard-hitting Ryan Clark and Lamar Woodley and the postseason success that he's had, they never intimidated the Packers. They never made them pay or fear going over the middle. They never rerouted the receivers or disrupted the timing of the Packers' offense. They didn't put any big hits or come up with any big plays. No turnovers, no strip sacks, no pick sixes. That was all the Packers' defense that did that, and that was huge in this game. I mean, you know, beyond that, they just could not cover the Packers receivers indoors, and we knew that.
Woody Page.
A. Rodgers stood out so big in this game, and you normally see Polamalu be able to spy on the quarterback, know exactly where to go. It was the other way around. Rodgers kept his eyes on Polamalu, and he was able to just totally take him out of the game. The fact that he was in control, the fact that he could have had another 6 or 7 pass completions and more than 400 yards, the fact that Aaron Rodgers never threw an interception, never seemed to be in trouble, was always in command of the game. It was Aaron Rodgers standing out. He should have been the MVP, obviously.
Totally agree on Rodgers, but I got to focus on the Packers defense, which got the huge interception from Nick Collins for the touchdown. That really put the Packers in control, and the Steelers spent the rest of the day on their heels trying to fight back the 3-0 turnover edge. I can't imagine what it was like at halftime when they find out Charles Woodson's gone for the day. Shields is probably not going to play a lot more. You've lost 2 of your top 3 corners, and you still got to cover these guys, but they continued to not get beat and make plays.
Adonde.
What strikes me is how much the conventional wisdom has been knocked askew. All season long, we heard about how vastly superior the AFC was to the NFC. Well, guess what? The number 6 seed in the NFC just beat the 2nd seed in the AFC. And how many times have we been told you have to establish the run in the NFL? Well, guess what? The Packers just won a Super Bowl rushing for 50 yards. That actually makes it 4 straight years that the Super Bowl champ has rushed for less than 100 yards. So much for the run. Maybe, very quietly, we witnessed the culmination of a revolution in the National Football League in which the running game is very insignificant.
Smith, jump back in.
You know, but, twin brother, I got to disagree with you on that because this is about a matchup. This has nothing to do with the NFC versus